on our legacy of service. Service to our guests, service to our team members, and service to our community. Since 1946, we've given 5% of our income and millions of volunteer hours to the communities we serve. Today, that equals more than $3 million every week to support education. Thank you. To support education, the arts, social services, and volunteerism. At Target, we believe that a measure of our success is how we respond to the human condition. Our volunteers donate food to feed the hungry, quickly respond to disasters, large and small, and renovate elementary school libraries, giving kids the tools they need to learn, thrive, and to succeed. Volunteers are the heart of Target, and we're proud of their service across America. Tonight, we have the opportunity to hear from Senators Obama and McCain about their respective visions for the role of service in America's future. Regardless of party affiliation, it's our honor and obligation to uphold the ideal of service because it's ingrained in the very best of the American spirit. The issues facing our communities and our country are complex and changing rapidly. That's why, as leaders, we must work together to leverage our individual strengths to find solutions and shape a better future for our families, our communities, and our country. On behalf of Target, thank you for your deep commitment to service, for leading and inspiring by the examples you set. Whether you represent business, the nonprofit sector, government, or the faith-based community, whether you're a teacher, a parent, student, or serving in the military, whatever badge of honor and courage you wear, we are one nation united by service. More than ever, our reputation as a people, as a country, is built upon not only what we say, but what we do. As you return to your communities, take a moment to look ahead to a brighter future and look around at all the good that we can do together through service. Now, please join me in welcoming back Mr. Bill Novelli.
Thank you, Leisha. Last week in Washington, D.C., we celebrated the 50th anniversary of AARP. So we're finally old enough to join ourselves. We had an inspirational event at the Lincoln Memorial and at our Life at 50 Plus national event and expo. But more than a celebration of AARP, it was a celebration of service and involvement and civic engagement. It was about people making a difference in the lives of others and making this country, this world, a better place. We want to thank Senator McCain and Senator Obama for addressing our members at that national event, and also for their commitment to creating a new era of service and civic engagement. Dr. Ethel Percy Andrus founded AARP 50 years ago on the principles of collective service, collective voice, and collective purchasing power. She called AARP an army of useful citizens who had the ability and the experience and the desire to promote and enhance the public good. And she gave us the motto that still guides us today: to serve, not to be served. Now, following the tragic events of September 11th, 2001, we rededicated ourselves to the long tradition of service by creating an AARP National Day of Service. And in the years that have followed, this annual event has grown enormously as our numbers have increased, and we've been joined by other organizations. The differences we make in people's lives in our day of service not only rekindle our spirit of helping others, but they also remind us of the importance of our powerful mission and inspire us to do even more to make a difference every day. Today, AARP is 40 million strong. More than half our members volunteer each year, and more than 9 million give back through AARP initiatives, and they are prepared to do more. Our members also take their duties as citizens very seriously. In the 2006 elections, the latest national elections, more than half of all voters were 50 and older. And in every 4 of all voters in that election were AARP members. But they understand that good citizenship means more than voting on election day. It means being active participants in our democracy. As Margaret Thatcher once said, there is little hope for democracy if the hearts of men and women in democratic societies cannot be touched by a call to something greater than themselves. Throughout our history, the American people have found that through collective engagement behind a collective purpose and speaking with a collective voice, they have the power to change society. Change is brought about by the involvement of citizens actively participating in democracy have shaped the America that we know today. And it will determine the kind of America that we will have tomorrow. The plain reality is that our communities and our country need us now more than ever. Our kids and our grandkids need us more than ever. Today, a majority of people believe that the coming generation will be worse off than their parents. And if that happens, it will be the first time in American history. We can't let that happen. We can do better as a country. Now, former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan once said, "What people want is very simple. They want an America as good as its promise." Together, serving in our communities, uniting behind causes we believe in, carrying out our civic responsibilities, we can create an America as good as its promise for all generations. And that is a legacy we can all be proud of. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our host for this evening, the President of Columbia University, Lee Bollinger. A prominent advocate of affirmative action, he played a leading role in the twin Supreme Court cases, Grutter versus Bollinger and Gratz versus Bollinger, that upheld and clarified the importance of diversity as a compelling justification for affirmative action in higher education. A leading First Amendment scholar, he's widely published on freedom of speech and of the press. He not only serves as Columbia's president, he also serves on the faculty of the Columbia Law School, and he teaches an undergraduate course, Freedom of Speech and Press, at Columbia each year. He sits on numerous boards, and he's received many awards and honorary degrees for his leadership, his scholarship, and his service to higher education. A lifelong supporter of the arts, he is committed to expanding Columbia's already extensive civic partnerships and to ensuring that Columbia excels as a truly global university. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of Columbia University, Lee Bollinger.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Columbia University and this remarkable ServiceNation Summit. I especially want to thank the co-chairs of this event, beginning with Columbia Law School alumna Caroline Kennedy. I also want to thank her co-chairs, Alma Powell of America's Promise Alliance, Richard Stengel of Time Magazine, Vartan Gregorian of the Carnegie Corporation, Bill Novelli of AARP, thank you, and Laisha Ward of Target. We are honored that ServiceNation chose Columbia University in the city of New York for its historic nonpartisan forum, and we are delighted to welcome back to this campus both Senator John McCain and Senator Barack Obama. Like so many institutions in this city, Columbia suffered a grievous loss on 9/11 of alumni, family, and friends. Like everyone, this is a loss that we feel every day, but we struggle to remember and honor it in the right way. This event, therefore, is especially welcome because it helps us find our way, to use this day of remembrance and reflection as a means of enlightenment, to learn once again the truth that the simple act of caring for others contains within it all of the satisfactions that one can hope for in life. Let me extend then a special welcome to the 9/11 families who have been so much a part of this endeavor. I want you to know as well that there are right now thousands of Columbia students gathered outside this building who have responded to the call of this summit by making this a day focused on engaged citizenship and service. I am proud of them all, and you should be too. Public service is the essence of our universities, and most certainly it is of Columbia. Every time a scientist enters the lab, or the scholar writes another page, or the professor mounts the podium, the cause of the public good is foremost in mind. As one former president of Columbia said, what provides the ethical grounding of the search for knowledge and understanding in universities is not in detachment from human needs, but in service to them. Adam Smith was brilliantly right that you can build an economy on the self-interest of every member, but it's clear you cannot build a relationship or a society on that premise alone. This idea is woven into the very fabric of this university, right down to its entry-level courses. Columbia's unique undergraduate core curriculum was originally created during and after World War I, with the idea that a general education must not only help students develop their capacities for critical thinking, but also nurture in them the responsibilities of citizenship in a democratic society. On this very site of this building we're now in, there once stood a building that was conceived specifically as Columbia's, quote, citizenship house. Today, all of Columbia should be called Citizenship House. Students across all our schools, colleges, and affiliates participate in hundreds of service learning, volunteer action, and social entrepreneurship programs here in New York and all over the globe. Here are only a few rooms in the house. For more than 40 years, Double Discovery Center has been bringing first-generation college-bound public school students from our community onto our campus to work with students and faculty in after-school and summer enrichment programs. Our School of Engineering requires students to work with public schools and community-based organizations to improve the use of technology in math and science education. And Columbia Community Impact sends nearly 1,000 student volunteers to serve in New York neighborhoods every year. Scholarship and teaching, then, are the core of what universities do. And these are supplemented by the acts of hundreds, thousands of members of our extended community who seek to tame disease, bring help to every region of the world, and meld art with meaning, as have two recent Columbia graduates who designed the new 9/11 memorial that was dedicated today at the Pentagon.